Thanks to Liquorland for sponsoring this episode of Willow Talk. Score more this summer with Liquorland, and of course, choose to drink wise. Welcome to Willow Talk from the SCG. One of us has been watching cricket all day and kind of just talking to people. One of us has been talking about cricket all day. He's the one in the loud shirt. And one's been in a corporate box all day, enjoying hospitality.
Before we start...
Get through this and pick who.
Before we start, we need a disclaimer. Whatever happens on today's show, do not hold it against us. Or we could change the game forever.
Did you enjoy your day, Alyssa?
I've had a fantastic day, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks to Cricket Australia for putting on a nice little shindig for Mitch's family for his 100th test. I know he's now in his 105th. But we all couldn't get to Jamaica, so it was a nice little get-together for everyone to watch him here in Sydney on the flattest wicket we've seen all series.
Well, what I did notice today, the cameras went up to your box.
Didn't they
and
just?
This is all I seen.
What, from Healy?
You didn't say a word, you just sat there.
I didn't need to say a word.
It looked like you were going.
I think the airtime was justified with Mitch's mum talking about Mitch, how good, and how he's very good at that. So...
But you had to get on.
Yeah, I had to sneak my head in, but it was a great day all around until we went off for whatever reason.
Oh, no, don't
Well,
start
we'll
us.
get to that in a moment. We're here thanks to Liquorland. Score more this summer with Liquorland. Choose to drink wise. Alyssa has done that very much so today. Can you explain to me the laws? It frustrates, and especially here in Sydney, where there's been, I think, nearly the most after Manchester in terms of days of play.
No, they're chasing.
Lost to weather.
They're chasing one another.
26-25, can you explain what happened in the hours from about 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock when it looked like they could have played, but they weren't because they were worried about weather coming?
I'm going to hand that over to Hads because I was well into my second bottle.
Oh,
but
yeah. I wish I was.
I don't even know. I was just going, what the hell, man? And I think I got to sit there as a fan of the game for a change, which you never really do. You work in cricket a lot of the time, and I was sitting there going, we could be out there right now, which was frustrating. But every time I thought that, it then rained again, so maybe the groundies knew what they were doing. But I'll hand it over to Hads for the answer.
Well, I agree. And there was a period of about an hour to 45 minutes where you could have been on. And I think that's what the frustrating thing is for the fans. But I'm not 100% sure whether there was lightning. Whether that's the reason.
There was a lot over that way, but it was so far away from. It was just there. I can see it. So we're on the top of the Bradman stand, everyone, and that away, it was there all day. But whether or not it was impacting the game, I'm not sure. But I don't know. It was all a bit weird.
It was light that they went off. I actually saw Travis Head warming up. He could see it happening, I reckon. He was warming up as if to say, "Oh, Smudge, chuck me on, and we might be able to get a couple more overs in."
Well, that's a tough rule to have where. We don't have a spinner, or we couldn't actually bowl the spinners because that rule's gone out anyway.
Yeah. On that though, so have they? Or we don't know yet until Will Jacks gets given the ball, and his first ball either goes sideways or goes straight on. That we can say that this was the correct call to leave out a spinner from an Australian side of the SCG for the first time since 1888.
Well, I mean, we're 45 overs into the game, so it's a hard thing to say right now. But at some point today, I said, geez, I'd love a spinner right about now. And we're only 45 overs into the game. So, but then what is that? I feel like we're all saying that. So then what does that put onto our squad? Are we not trusting Todd Murphy? Are we so reliant on Nathan Lyon that we don't trust anybody else to be able to do that job? I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, we've got Travis Head, we've got Bo Webster who can bowl off spin as well. So if we're completely desperate for something else, we've got it. But I would love to see a spinner right about now.
Oh, I think we're all the same. We all would have loved to see a spinner play. But on the other side to that, all the calls they made this summer, they've been right.
Yeah.
Whether they're not to play their spinner, it's been tactics, they've had a reason why. So do we have to start looking at pitch conditions different? When we played, yes, you would play a spinner, but the SCG is not like that anymore. It's not that wicket where it's really well to bat on. The first couple of days, the ball starts to reverse, footmarks come into play, the cracks come into play, and then it's really hard to score and get slow in day 4 and 5. It's not that surface anymore. So all the decisions they've made are around what the surface is now. And that's not wrong, what they've done. Yes, we would have liked to see a spinner, but the reasoning behind it makes sense.
Yep.
Because Hads, you've spent half your cricketing life out in the middle here at the SCG.
Yep.
I don't know how many times on day one you could look at a surface and you weren't utilising a spinner, or you were batting and going, I know this thing is going to turn. Or is it completely gone out the window now how they prep that wicket?
The wicket's different. You used to look down and you think, if I can get 150 in front, we'll bowl our spin, this game will be over. They won't be able to score 150. The surface has changed.
Yeah.
So we've got to start, I think, as fans, looking at that differently also. We're all in agreement that we like to see a spinner play because we like the craft. It's as simple as that. We would have liked to see Todd Murphy play here, get another opportunity, but the wickets have changed.
Well, change of groundsman too. Also change of seasons, in that footy's run so much deeper into cricket season nowadays. So it's changed dramatically over the years from what it has. They obviously got a little bit more time to prep this wicket because the Swans didn't make the finals. But I mean,
that was a cheap shot.
Yeah, easy shot.
Number one ticket holder.
Real Healy comes out after a bottle. Yep.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's ever changing. You're hearing Hads talk about that. He didn't play here that long ago. It's changed a lot over the last few years.
What do you make of, before we'll get to England and how well Harry Brook and Joe Root went about their business in a moment, so don't worry, English fans, but just the makeup of Australia's batting lineup. All of a sudden, Mitch, the bowling all-rounder, player of the series, he's batting at 10.
He'll love that.
On demotion. You'll love that?
He'll love it.
Yeah, he will love it. That is a deep batting lineup for Australia.
But maybe when you look at the selection, that maybe that came into play as well. Do we need an extra batter? And Bo Webster's providing that for them. So, yeah, maybe that's come into play. We don't know the ins and outs of what the discussions have been in the change room. But, holy hell, we might need a long batting lineup out there.
If Australia score 500, they've won 3-1, the series.
Yeah.
Like that, it'll be a draw or we will win.
Yeah.
So England's the ones that have to drive this game, and they're doing a good job of that. The pace they're scoring, but Australia are happy to bat once, back massive. They're not going to declare it all. They're going to bat as long as they can to end this series at 3-1.
Yep. Scott Boland looks to, and Mitch obviously as well, but Scott Boland on this surface where he bowled well for Victoria earlier in the series, earlier in the season. He comes up with this over to Jacob Bethel. That was poetry. Yeah. You just talk us through that about the execution of what he did around the wicket.
No, I was side on.
Thanks very much.
I was side on. I was actually sitting with Ash, my batting coach at the time, and we were talking about Scotty Boland and how he sets up players and how he can do it so effectively. And Ash has actually coached Jacob Bethel and Zach Crawley over time that they've spent in Sydney playing grade cricket. So it was actually nice hearing his insights. And Jacob actually asked Ash Squire, how do I play Scotty Boland? And they were talking about, getting outside the line, taking one motor dismissal out of play, and the next minute, he sets you up from around the wicket, comes over the wicket, nicks you off. So he's just highly skillful, and as a young player in the game, finding a way around that, it's really difficult.
That ball that got him, Hads, it's like a chocolate biscuit on Boxing Day. You just can't leave it alone, can you?
Yeah,
you just have to get involved.
As a true cricket nuffy, that's a good ball.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the ball that you're excited about. It was the lead up that got to that moment. He knew exactly what he's trying to do. Shane Warne used to do the same. He used to take their feet wide with his leggy. All of a sudden, your body weight's going to point, and then you bowl a flipper, and you think, and you just walk off, and you think, oh, hang on a minute, he just set me up. And that was the poetry about what Scotty Boland did.
Yeah.
What about how Australia went about it to Duckett and Crawley? Got them back in the sheds before they got going again. Duckett showed some signs of getting going, but again, he gets out in the 20s. I think Statsman Ethan from Triple M, 6 times in the 20s this series. 4 times. The record is 6, David Gower, so he won't break the record. But, it's they've got his number.
It's just high-class bowling. The Aussies bowled actually really well. To be 3 down at lunch, they lost the toss and they needed to be. And watching what happened that first session, Australia won the first 45 minutes. England won the next session, part of that session. But it was off the bat. Australia didn't bowl bad. It was just some really good batting on a good surface. It's nothing wrong with what happened out there today. It was just high-quality Test cricket. We haven't seen Brook bat like that for the whole series.
Yeah.
So how did he bat?
He pulled his tempo back.
Properly.
Yeah. He pulled his tempo back and played the ball on merit. Yeah. The only time he looked a little bit uncomfortable and started to play that style of game that we've seen to the last 4 tests is when they went after the short ball. But it wasn't quite quick enough on that surface to be great effect with the short ball. But he played well.
Yep. Did they do it for long enough? I mean, one dropped into the Bermuda Triangle there with, Would you jump out the way if you saw Cameron Green coming the other way?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to get Cameron Green's knee to your face, you're probably not going for that catch. But no, I think they did try it for long enough. I think any more than that, you're probably pushing it. I mean, he'll start to understand what's going on and probably design a plan in his own mind as to how he's going to play it. So, no, I think it was long enough. They created the opportunity, and that's what you want in Test match cricket. You create the opportunity, then you move on to your next plan and see if you can create something else. But yeah, it's a good wicket. I think you just said it before, Hads. It's a good wicket, and that's the first time we've probably said that for a little while in the last few weeks. It's a good wicket, so it's going to be more of a grind out there for the bowlers than what we've seen.
Shout out to the groundsmen.
What are we worried about?
They've copped a lot.
Yeah.
They've copped, just on Joe Root as well. He did look very much the player at various stages with some of those beautiful shots that he can hit. That has scored, I don't know, 18 billion Test runs so far and counting. That was class.
I tell you what I noticed about Joe Root today. He's had his problem outside off stump where he's opened the face, he's got caught behind. The surface wasn't fast enough today. There's a couple of times where the Aussies beat Joe Root and he was able just to guide it with his hands down to third man. A lot of the stuff he hit to third man today played off the back foot also. And he enjoyed that because it wasn't that fast. Oh, I made the mistake, you caught behind. So he played well. We know he's a high quality player. Australia have just bowled really, really well to Joe Root for 10 years since he's come here. But the surface today didn't allow that little mistake that had carried it fine to the keeper.
What happens with this type of surface from a day 1 to a day 2 and 3 in terms of pace with hot weather coming? And apparently people from the rest of the country and not from Sydney, it won't rain for the next 2 days.
Well, I'd be interested to see now, like the covers have been on most of the afternoon, they'll be on overnight, they'll come on in the morning as well. How much it sweats underneath, whether that will delay it, because generally you want it to dry out, harden up, quicken up, but I think having it sweat under the covers won't allow that. So what it might do in the morning, I'm not 100% sure. Like, Hads is probably a better one to speak about that. Could do a little bit in the morning, but I feel like we need it to bake in the sun to quicken up a little bit more.
I think we're going to see day 2 and day 3 of a very good batting surface. Then after that, with the sun, I think we're going to see some cracks, and you'll get variation off the cracks. But for the first 2 days, or day 2 and day 3, it's going to be really good to bat on. But England can't bat for too long.
Yeah, they got to win this Test match.
Win.
Yeah.
Quick break on Willow Talk. Drinks break here from the SCG. Back in a moment with a look ahead to day 2 and Secret Cricket Club questions. Mates coming over to watch the cricket and you forgot the drinks? Liquorland will bring the drinks with free express delivery on orders over $99 and it will be there in under 60 minutes. Whether it's a backyard barbie, a picnic in the park or just everyone round at yours to watch the cricket, Liquorland's got you covered this summer. Liquorland, official gold partner of Cricket Australia. 18s plus only, T's and C's apply. Express delivery not available in South Australia or the Northern Territory. Delivery fees may apply. Choose to drink wise. Guys, just thinking in the break, one more about what would have happened, what could have happened if you pick a spinner. What would have happened if Nathan Lyon didn't place Rippy Sammy? Plays?
100%.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Which is no knock on Todd Murphy, but
No. Nathan Lyon.
But I think you look at the way that England would have approached that, they would have looked to attack him. And I think Nathan's experienced enough to handle that. Whereas someone like Todd Murphy, they're going to come really hard at him. We saw the way that Ben Stokes approached it last time that he played against Todd Murphy. They're going to come hard at him. And whether or not he's ready to sort of counter that yet is yet to be. I mean, we only know when you're out there, but Nathan Lyon's experienced enough to handle that.
Successful tour of Joe Root scores another century. So top 5 players so far this summer. We'll do it at the end in our big Ashes wrap, but Starc, Carey, Head, walk-up starts in no particular order. But Joe Root maybe jumps into that if he does something here. Oh,
Does he?
Nah.
I don't know. Anyone else from Australia
Not yet.
that you got?
Not
Candidates?
yet. Joe Root's, he got that really good 100 up in Brisbane, but apart from that, he hasn't batted well in big moments. Every big moment till now, he's got out.
Yeah, not yet. If he has 2 good innings here, maybe he might sneak in.
We'll do that top 5, but let us know in the comments who you reckon your top 5 cricketers so far are from the Ashes this season. Sick Cricket Club questions. James asks, one word to describe today's play.
Contest.
Sorry? Contest. I thought you said one test, and that's 2 words, but you said contest.
Contest,
So,
yes. Have you been with Healy at all today?
Just couldn't hear.
Have you been with Healy at all today?
I dropped in for a scone.
Yeah, he ate our food. One
Stayed
word.
off it, though. Drink-wise.
Dehydrated.
It's two. Pinot Grigio.
That's right. Uzik asks, who replaces Khawaja in the next Australian Test? Oh, no, it's 8 months away.
Matt Renshaw.
You know what I like? I like that the next few Shield games are going to mean something.
Yeah.
There's a spot at the top of the order, maybe 2.
Yep.
We're still undecided, I think, on what Travis Head's going to do, whether he stays up the top, which he's done a great job, or he moves back to 5. I don't think we're sold on what he decides to do yet. If he decides to stay up the top, we need one opener, but the next few Shield games will mean something.
Travis Head, open. Matt Renshaw, 5.
Chloe's got a great question here. What was your freakiest, flukiest wicket-keeping moment, one you couldn't believe happened? Now, do you want to think about that and save it for when we're back in the studio? Or?
Maybe, yeah. I've got to think about that.
Because there'll be a very good answer coming, Chloe, but excellent question. Thank you very much for that.
Yep.
Riley asked, where's the Barmy Army trumpeter been today? I don't know, actually. Didn't hear him.
I know they've been down at Yabbers Hill, and they're in voice at different stages today, especially around the time the 100 partnership they came alive.
But
I heard Jerusalem, but I didn't hear the trumpet. Maybe he's ill.
Yeah.
Maybe he couldn't get a ticket. Who knows?
That's a possibility. Mike asked, and they put this on the big screen, who is your favourite war, Mark or Steve?
I did see that.
What was it? It was a
Dean.
Austin.
Diplomatic.
Dean was more fun.
Oh, was he? How?
Dean.
I'm going to say Mark because not that I'm into horse racing, but he gives me great tips that I've never actually fully utilised.
Fair enough. Nat asks, could we see Smudge bowling some leggies?
No.
Smudge had one good ball in him a test match.
Yeah.
And now I think Smudge has one good ball in him every 5 years. So I just don't know whether it could be out there tomorrow, day 4, but no.
I think we're more likely to see Marnus bowl leg spin than Steve.
Okay.
Yep.
What was he like to keep to?
Well, he had to stay in the game because he was one of those bowlers who'd hit halfway down the wicket, he'd miss to the leg side, miss to the offside, then he'd bowl a Jaffa. And if you weren't concentrating as a keeper, the Jaffa would go past your right shoulder, everyone would go. Yeah. So I got a lot of dismissals actually off Smudge.
Why, because batsman took it easy?
No, but he had a really good ball.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of different ones in between, but he also started when I was playing as a leg spinner.
Yeah.
So, and the wicket was different. That was like 20 years ago. Yeah. And the wicket was different out here. He was hard work on the last day.
But probably not bringing himself onto bowl.
Nope. No.
Here. And Lois asks, how come there are not many leggies coming through? That's the unanswerable question.
There are, but we play so much white ball cricket that I think they've started to bowl a certain way. I mean, you look at the Mitch Swepsons, he's had a go in Test cricket, but he's been quite successful in the white ball game. Adam Zampa's a prime example. You got Tanveer Sangha, who's been touted for a while. He's played a lot of white ball cricket, not a lot of Shield cricket. So there's a few out there, but they play a lot more white ball cricket than they do red. Yeah, and so then it's hard to sort of, I don't know, pick that bowler, whereas I think the Australian bowling lineup at the moment has traditionally gone for a bit more of a holding role. You generally pick a leggy as an attacking spinner.
Yes.
In the past, I mean, we've been fortunate enough to have Shane Warne. Stuart McGill was the ultimate attacking leggy as well. They've had 2 in tandem there. And then we've gone to someone like Nathan Lyon who could play a holding role to support the quicks. So at the moment, I see it probably not, but I mean, it can still go that way. Someone will come on the scene.
Yeah.
See us tomorrow. Hads, you're on deck for Triple M.
Yeah.
You working?
What about
back to work, baby?
Oh no, syrup bar.
Hydrolytes.
Oh,
Voltaren.
Yeah.
Jump in the ice bath.
Early
I feel
start.
like I need to defend myself, but then at the same time, there's no point.
Don't.
It's fine.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
That's us for Willow Talk on day 1 at the SCG. Thanks for your company, and don't forget we're here thanks to Liquorland. Score more this summer with Liquorland. Choose to drink wise. See you tomorrow.
Drink wise.
Yeah, thanks for watching the Willow Talk podcast on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't have to miss an episode wherever you are. And while you're at it, check out these videos up here. They're mostly good.